No fear. The man's here. Pam Grier.
All right. It should be there.
You're watching iCarly. I want to start every live
We
stream with
can
that.
get a little fucking thing that we already swear.
You know they got
Is
a
that
movie?
okay?
They got a movie coming.
Am I allowed to swear?
Yeah, you're
I
allowed to
just
swear.
did.
What are you talking about? Oh, there it is.
But we have like a little thing we can display before each one. That's like, you're watching.
You're watching iCarly. You're watching Casino Guitars. Dude, Woodrow is fast, bro. That's crazy.
It's not your usual people.
Oh, man. No, Woodrow's great.
Oh, no, I'm saying we're not the usual people.
We're taking over. We got rid of them. We killed them. They're gone.
So, oh my gosh. He's so mean to us.
He's so mean. Story of my life. Always first, baby. That just means you get to go to sleep faster. Right?
Yeah.
Isn't that how it works? That's right.
Let me pull it up here on my phone.
For those
so
of you who aren't in the know, we'll let some more people filter in. This is Sweet JP. This is a Slim Jim. Surrender.
Let me turn off the sound. You know what people really liked?
What's that?
The Taylor guitar video. They're playing. No, I'm being serious.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
A lot. I
just remember the one comment.
No. So someone didn't like it, but we've gotten a lot of comments about people really liked Baxter and Jonathan's playing at the beginning.
I mean, they're okay.
And I personally, when I was editing it, I liked it too.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're pretty good.
Jonathan was playing pretty hard, but
Well. He's right. He said it's JP. He's watching. Watch out.
no, he's like you hear. I liked it, for real. A lot of people did like it.
Brian Carpenter emailed me about a speaker cabinet. I did not see it. I'll go and double check. I might have missed it. I've been all over the place since my wedding, but I'll check it.
But yeah, we got a couple comments saying that we should just do videos of Jonathan and Baxter just playing some acoustic.
Just ripping. I think there is some of that coming through the pipeline here soon. Whenever we got some big announcements coming up in the month of October. So we'll do some acoustic playing and ripping. I think we actually might have shot a video recently with somebody on the drums. And it wasn't Baxter this time.
Wasn't Baxter. Someone.
It was this guy.
It was me.
He's a legend.
Please live stream jams. Or live jam.
Fun.
It's doable.
I feel like audio-wise, we'd have to figure out a couple of things, but we can figure it out.
No,
It'd be easier.
It could be a fun one.
I don't want to say easy. Easy's like
it's
easier,
doable.
right?
It's doable.
Yeah.
Might need someone to operate a camera.
I'm in.
Oh, I guess yeah. I guess Sean did operate.
We can swap out in between. Not you and me, but you know.
Oh, you play drums.
Baxter's good at it. He's good at running the camera. Well, JP, would JP want to play some 90s tunes? Maybe. Might have to talk you up on that, see what you think.
Maybe.
A little cover band action. You were talking to me about that recently, actually.
I was.
That'd be kind of cool.
I was talking to you about that.
Well,
so
we're going to talk about some craziness, JP.
All right, good. I'm glad you prepared. Someone was prepared.
I'm prepared slightly. So I want to start. Me and Johnny were talking about pedals earlier this week. I don't really want to say exactly where Johnny's at because it's going to be a fun surprise later on.
Someone kind of just dropped a little bit of a hint.
Go by Righteous. Okay, so I'll say this much. Johnny's gone down to Atlanta to hang out with her buddy Eddie 9-Volt. They're working on a little bit of magic together. I'm excited. You should be too. It's going to be really cool. But we were talking before he left about pedals. And about how we've reached this place with pedals where everything is skating in the same, place for the most part. And then way down beneath, there's like these really crazy, weird boutique things that come out every once in a while. But all these brands that we knew who did the crazy things at one point, speaking prominently of like Earthquaker devices and stuff like that, like 6 years ago, all of them have kind of started to lean more towards doing things that are, I don't know how to put it, it's like their version of a tube screamer and stuff like that, right? Well, I bought over the weekend the Mood pedal by Chase Bliss, which has been around for probably about 6 years. But I think they're one of those few companies right now that are doing really cool things. As a drummer, you have no idea. But
So I've seen some videos of people running drums through pedals.
there you go.
They're kind of fun.
I think it works out. I think it's pretty cool.
I've seen some funky stuff. There's
Yeah.
a couple people on Instagram that I'll watch that do some cool stuff with pedals.
Here, let's talk about this instead. You had done something really cool last Friday. JP went and played a little hardcore show.
I did.
Let's give the people some knowledge on JP and his bands and stuff first.
Okay.
Let's get people to know JP. Maybe we'll talk about how we know each other.
Yeah.
And then we'll build into talking about some gear and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, what two bands are you in right now?
I'm in a band called Weymouth, spelled the same way as if you are from the area as Weymouth Woods. And then a band with a pretty silly name is 3/8, like the fraction 3/8, and that's more hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
The first band's a little more like pop, punk, post-hardcore-esque. Yeah. Those are the two bands I play in.
I'd say Weymouth is probably the best original band from our regional area, in my opinion, like the center of North Carolina area.
It's definitely the bigger out of the two,
Mhm.
I would say, numbers-wise. Anyone said, or not anyone, someone said, any news about the giveaway, I wanted to stay updated. If you watch the Taylor's guitar video, we announced the winner in there.
Boom.
But yeah, a winner was randomly picked, and I believe the guitar was shipped out or shipping out today.
Mm-hmm. I think it left yesterday.
But we will be doing more more giveaways, as much as I can convince old Baxter to do.
He's down, dude.
He's
in.
pretty in. If you watch the Taylor's guitar video, he's pretty stoked about it. We do want to do a members only giveaway here pretty shortly, so stay tuned for that. I've been dropping some of the videos a little early for members, just trying to. Yeah, I mean, y'all are a part of something, so might as well.
That's right. Y'all are in the digs, dude.
Yeah, and if I'm correct, you guys will get access early to something today that will be pretty cool. That will be coming Friday, but.
And what's really cool about that too is we filmed it just before Jonathan left to go do his fun time with 89 Volt. What would be nice is if it went fun time and it was like fun time.
Like a little
Yeah,
rainbow.
a little rainbow.
But yeah,
Fun time.
so
Get excited for that. It's really cool. I think you get to see a different side of everybody here, which is really nice. And I think it came out looking pretty damn cool.
It did.
I'm excited. We've been working on a lot of cool stuff. Doing a lot of neat, fun things that are pushing our personal envelopes, however you'd like to put it.
yeah.
Now, I just wanted to throw this out there while we were talking about giveaways. We do have this JHS Overdrive preamp from Sweet Mark Stannon that we're going to give away. As to when and how, you'll find out here soon. JP's got the ideas. He's rolling with it. It's going to be fun. That'll be happening probably next. But it'll be either Instagram or YouTube based, so we'll have fun with it. We'll have fun.
We want to do some fun ways to enter other than just, the good old comment, subscribe stuff. We want to do some stuff that's a little more interactive, I think.
Yeah. Something that gets you pumped up about doing the thing.
Yeah, maybe
Right.
something you do to enter, something you submit.
Yeah.
There's a
Make you
hint.
guys get to work on this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What are some things you'd want to see us give away? Obviously, besides a custom shop. But that could very well be in there.
Maybe we'll...
Sean clearly has an iron stomach. Octopus ears, yes, I do.
Yeah, that was a gnarly breakfast you just had.
Oh, dude, that's nothing. My breakfast is gnarly.
I cannot stomach what you just had for breakfast first thing in the morning. I have a little bit of a baby stomach.
A little baby, no.
I gotta have like traditional breakfast foods or I feel sick.
I'll be honest with you. I never eat breakfast. That's a rarity. Sometimes I feel like, oh, I need it. Like this morning I woke up and I was just kind of feeling like, oh, a little like, oof. Send Casino your toenail clippings to enter for a chance to win. That's what I'm talking about.
Send us something
That's
so we
what
can
I'm talking
clone
about.
you.
And I want to see all 10 in a row, like you're a psychopath, pushed into foam, like the whole thing. Be crazy.
That would be wild.
It'd be like an episode of Dexter, dude. Yeah. So me and JP know each other from playing in bands together. We played, well, before we ever played in the Violet Exploit together, I think I just knew you from, I think I just bumped into you a bunch. You remember Howard?
I do.
I knew Howard before I knew you, but I wasn't tight with Howard. Howard was like, oh, we should jam sometime, and I was always just like, I wasn't in that zone at the moment. And then I started playing with a band called Left Early. And we did a house show at Jose's.
Yeah.
And you were there, and I was like, man, that seems like a fun guy. And then the next thing I knew, I needed to call you because I was putting a band together in 24 hours. And I was like, I need somebody to play these songs. And I called you expecting you to be like, hell no. And JP, as I've come to know, always goes, hell yeah. And we went and played the show. And it was killer. And
it was a lot of fun. That is definitely a story that happened in my life.
It was a weird time, dude.
It was a fun time though. Like I remember literally met up at the practice space for about 2 hours.
Roughly, yeah.
And put together a set list, and then
just ripped it.
And then I went to work.
Yeah.
And then got off work, and then we drove to Richmond, ripped the gig. It was a ton of fun.
I think, too, to preface this wasn't like, we're going to play, like, Hey Joe and all these cover songs that you'd expect everybody in the room to know. This was like, hey, these are all originals.
Yeah, we pieced together songs very quickly.
And then we were like, all right, well, I guess this is what we're going to do. And we went and did it, and it was a shit ton of fun.
Yeah.
For a band that we put together in 24 hours, I thought it was pretty good.
It was solid, and then we went and got pizza and stayed up ridiculously late. I think I brought my Switch.
Yeah.
We played some Smash.
Oh, yeah.
Classic me move.
I forgot about that. Yeah, we had like 12 people in that apartment.
Yeah. It was a fun time.
Man. I completely forgot getting back to the apartment. I wasn't like, fucked up or anything.
No, it was definitely like, it was very surreal because it was just like, we're doing this.
Oh yeah, it was right in your face. But I mean, I would do it all over again.
Yeah.
I'd do it right now. If you're in the know, you're in the know. If Johnny's here, he'll know. Homie is having a Slim Jim and energy drink at 10 a.m. in the morning. Party on, baby. Yeah.
So it is a large capybara on my shirt with a rat riding him, and the rat's got a cowboy hat.
I mean, that's pretty dope.
It is. This is a gift from Hannah's mom.
What?
Yeah, she got me this shirt for Christmas.
She must like you or something.
Yeah, it's a pretty sick shirt.
That's
I won't lie.
Shirt. It is nice.
I'm
a little jealous. Skylar's mom's never gotten me a capybara shirt.
I'm a huge capybara fan. For 1 year for my birthday, you know the one here?
Yeah.
One-on-one visit with him.
Really?
Yeah. There's like 50 pictures on my phone.
Did you pet him?
I got to pet him. I got to hang out with him. I got to feed him.
What the hell?
His name's Pistachio.
I've had some good birthdays, but I've never had a birthday where I hung out with like my favorite animal.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of work because the first time it was supposed to happen, I got COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Because we did a little 3-day run of shows, and I got COVID on that,
Nice.
and was very sick the last show, and played it,
Hell yeah.
and then we had to reschedule the capybara.
Capybara visits, baby. I like it. Dude, Alex Holden's in Costa Rica right now.
That's cool.
Have you met Alex?
I have not.
He came through this summer once or twice. I didn't know if you bumped into him. He's a really cool dude. We love Alex. I hope the fishing's going well, dude. Yeah. So now that we've gone through some of that history there,
Yeah.
those effects I was talking about, the Chase Bliss mood, been playing that, and that kind of rocked my world up. It left me with sweet desire. So now I want to buy all the Chase Bliss pedals, which hasn't happened in a while. I haven't found a brand that I was like, oh, I need to own every single one of their pedals now. But somebody let me borrow the New Brothers pedal recently with the King of Tone mod in it, which was really cool. I've enjoyed it. I'm bringing it back to the shop so that I can talk to that guy about either doing a trade or maybe buying it off of him. It's my mom.
I'm gonna bump so just real quick.
He's gonna go bump it. You go take care of it. But yeah, I want the Chase Bliss Reverse Mode C. I get that. I dig it too. I am kind of torn between either buying that one or the Lost and Found, because I feel like the Lost and Found might go away before the Reverse Mode C does. But I got the Mood version 1, and I kind of wish I would have got version 2, even though there's not terrible much difference. Pre-ordered my Lost and Found to receive it. Chase Bliss makes really great, interesting pedals. I agree, Andrew. I also got the Generation Loss, too. I love that, because I usually run through tape machines and everything like that. It's a cool way to sub that out whenever I'm trying to just do something super quickly, or I'm doing like a little session, which I'll do with Chelsea every once in a while. Having that sort of experience with Walrus pedals at the moment. Let me ask you this. What about Walrus? Because I've tried to jump into Walrus, and every time it doesn't go. You know about Walrus?
I do not. I know very little about pedals. And the pedals I know about are usually like pretty silly, stupid ones.
Yeah, I mean, they're all pretty dumb. I like reamping drums, though, through pedals. So I think that'd be a cool video to just have you play little beats. And then you got headphones on. And I'm like sending you all these crazy ass sounds. And you're like, what the hell is going on?
What the heck's even going on? Yeah.
Look at that. They just redid the Reverse Mode C, I believe. I'll double check that. Don't quote me, boy, because I ain't said shit. Let's see. Because also, I'm a little torn on the Lossy. Having the Generation Loss, I'm like, is getting the Lossy just going to be doubling down? Definitely want to get that Onward pedal, though.
Those are cool looking.
Right?
Aesthetically.
Yeah. So we're just scrolling down their website right now, but we're looking at the Onward, the Brothers AM. That's the one that the guy let me borrow. That's really cool. That's a compressor that does all kinds of crazy stuff. That thing's nuts. Yeah. Small batch, Reverse Mode C, they just dropped. That's right, dude. They re-released it, so if you want one, pre-order it now. I think the pre-order's still open. I'm clicking on it. I'm going to check for you. You don't use any rack effects. Jesus, dude. A little rack action. I'm not much of a rack guy. I'm all ass, dude. The orders are now closed.
Oh, no.
That's a bummer. That means I probably can't get the Lost and Found. I bet it's...
Yep.
Yep, nope. Damn, dude.
You have to get that somewhere all.
I'm gonna have to get ripped off.
Yeah, you
on the
have to
internet
pay
now.
like $100 over or something.
Yes, I'm getting my ass kicked. No, they do really great stuff though. Fun story. Whenever I started, we used to carry Chase Bliss. Whenever I started working here, like 7 years ago, and they had the Condor, and they had another pedal that worked like a compressor. What was it? let me see, the Condor, and I'm going to find it. It's going to take like 2 seconds because I haven't released that many. Man. It was the Condor and one other pedal that worked more like a compressor that they had. Maybe it was just a completely different pedal altogether. But I ran vocals and stuff through that into the tape machine and used that stuff as the preamp. And I had Ben actually record a bunch of early stuff with that before Violet Exploit and everything, back in the COVID times. But then we stopped carrying Chase Bliss like a bunch of damn idiots, dude. It's horrible. 3 days in the Condor. RIP RR. What's that?
Is that another battle?
Randy Rhoads? I think it's a Randy Rhoads reference. Trying to get all white pedals on my board, having a hard time. You could just spray paint them white. Pull the old Jack White over 'em. Fuck a compressor pedal, let the engineer handle the compression in post. I agree with that.
It depends on the situation.
Yeah.
If you're live.
Dude, live, I think a bass needs a compressor.
Yeah, if you're playing like a live show, you can't always rely on the sound person.
Yeah.
No, I'm not trying to down talk sound people.
What are you saying right now?
I'm not. They already have a
Where's
lot going on.
Where's the Master Beatty? Kick his ass. No, I mean, yeah, but live, I'm very much a control freak about my own sound, so I'd want to handle it up front, you know?
Yeah, but I can see in a studio setting, you're like, yeah, if you got the, let them handle that.
Straight up. That's where, I think in a studio setting, more often than not, you see a lot of people, like, thinking primarily of like Jose, he's got like a bass rig ready to go. You just plug into his thing, you know? And it's not like he's got like a crazy ass super duper chain for it. It's just what he uses for bass constantly. Which I always feel like you should trust, because it's like they're doing the drum sound and the bass sound.
Yeah.
And that's your spine. You know what I mean? Without that thing, that baby ain't standing.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think a lot of studios are in because I talked to a couple other people who are in studios, and they just got like, there was one that I was talking to, they just have like a switcher for like all the different setups they have, and you just like, try this sound. Oh, you're not liking that one? All right, flip it, go in that one. And I got a couple stuff set up for you to just run into.
There you go. Here we go. Now we got some questions. And feel free to throw any questions you want in, obviously. As we stated,
questions.
Johnny isn't here, so we're rolling with it. JP is sweet.
I'm Jonathan.
He's Jonathan. He's Jonathan.
I'm Jonathan. Jonathan he shaved his beard, got a mustache, cut his hair short.
Yeah.
Got a couple more tattoos.
And started playing drums.
And got a little bit smaller. I'm not as tall as Jonathan.
I love it. All right. Well, here's our questions. We got single pedals or multi-effects pedals? Single pedals, dude. Come on. Multi-effects? Multi-effects just don't inspire me. I mean, they do, but it's rare. Blasphemy.
Yeah, no. I could not be Jonathan.
JP's been editing the videos lately. Great stuff, dude.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
but JP's been killing it, dude.
It's just, as I said, we may get a sneak peek of some of the stuff, but I know for a fact if you are members only, you're getting sneak peeks of upcoming videos. So if you wanna,
we're gonna start working on some members only content.
Yeah, some stuff that is just exclusively for you guys.
You and me, no clothes, just like it used to be. Just like it used to be.
I was not aware of that when I signed up.
Yeah, dude. What do you think of Jerry Garcia's guitars? Mayor McCheese is going to kill me. He's going to be like, I'm going to strangle you with a belt, boy. I don't know. I mean, like, I like that Strat. That was kind of cool. But then it evolved, and then he got to that Wolf thing, whatever it is. Everybody's going to hate me because I don't know it exactly off the top of my head. I'm just not much of a Dead fan, dude. Triggered. Exactly. I knew it was coming. I mean, what do you guys think of the Dead and their guitars? And actually, here, I'm going to pull up just to kind of go through. I know there's a chart because there's so many Deadheads out there. Guitars. Maybe we let JP just like rummage through this.
Yeah, just like give you my horrible takes. What is the air philosophy of a speed of a sparrow flying north? What's the thing from you seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail?
I have, but man,
Is that a reference to that?
I have no idea. I'm not in the know enough to quote it.
There's a thing where it's like an African swallow, and it's something about it flying fast, and the speed depends if it's carrying a coconut or not.
That all just sounds very...
I love that movie. I think me and Baxter were in here quoting it the other day.
The Travis Bean is aluminum neck guitar. Here, we'll look at these real quick, too.
Okay.
So, Jerry Garcia played in a band called the Grateful Dead.
Yes.
Okay? The Grateful Dead is one of those bands that all those hippies liked, and they
Yeah.
follow them around from town to town, right?
Yeah.
Real dirty stuff. So, I know that, I don't think the Strat was the first guitar, but I know it was one of the earlier ones.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to see how much Grateful Dead knowledge I have. This is a real test, okay? So I know that he did this thing, and then slowly he continued to modify the guitars and go crazy. The one, and Mayor McCheese talked about this one. This is probably the one I would find the most interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's an aluminum neck guitar.
Okay.
It's called a Travis Bean. That to me would be probably the coolest sound. But the Wolf ones, like these right here, I'm also just not a fan of brass. You know? Like, I mean, brass saddles on a telly? Yes. But this much brass, I'm like, we're getting a little carried away here. There's all these crazy stories behind each one, though. Like, this one, the reason why he's got that brass plate right here is because the actual control plate, they were on stage and it just, like, exploded. Yeah. It was, like, really cold, and maybe it wasn't that it was really cold that day. No, I think it was cold that day, but it had been hot, cold, hot, cold.
Yeah.
And it just, like, finally gave way and fell apart.
Gotcha.
So, let's see what the people are saying. Here we go. Todd Roy said, not a Dead fan. Don't know any Garcia guitar. I loved when Jerry played a Black Les Paul. Let's see. Who's Jerry Garcia? Type of ice cream?
There's a couple in here, people commenting about the unladen swallow.
They're
I'm
all
glad I got some people got that.
Unladen swallow, you
You
see.
need to know these things when you're a king.
I never listened to the Dead until John joined. That seems charged. You know what I mean? I don't think you can do that. John Mayer? What do you think of John Mayer, JP?
I personally, I'm not like a.
You can be like, I don't think I could identify a John Mayer song.
I could.
Okay.
I could.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
He's
not.
lived it, dude.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I feel like it'd be impossible for you not to like.
Well, we grew up in a time where it's like, Waiting on the World, The Change was,
But
that
like,
was a big song.
I feel like I've been to a lot of weddings, and every single father-daughter song is that
Gravity.
one. No, where the mothers be kind to your daughter.
Oh, yeah, Daughters, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that was like a real popular dance for a while.
Never really got that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been a couple.
Wow. I haven't been to many weddings, though.
I've been to a few.
Well, I went to Brian's wedding, and then before that, I probably hadn't been to a wedding in 10 years, something like that.
I'm assuming I'm going to leave here with homework of stuff I need to listen to.
No. You don't need to listen to any John Mayer, dude. Don't sweat it.
I'm always down to like listen to new stuff. I sometimes pigeonhole myself to like, I will say to specific. Also, I listen to a lot of like smaller artists. I will say that not in a like a heady sense. Just like.
I respect the hell out of that, though.
Yeah.
That's cool as shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I guess maybe we go from here into a little pop quiz of who you know in this silly guitar world.
Go for it.
So I think we'll start from well-known, and then we'll work our way down to the trenches, okay? So, and feel free to throw in any suggestions of people. Who do you think JP should know? Because I've been teaching JP some guitar
I've been learning.
What's dialect? You know, not only the dialect, but what certain things mean to certain people.
Learned about the silver sky the other day.
Silver Sky, did a whole rundown on that. It was pretty good. So, JP, don't threaten me with a good time. I feel like I should add him to the cheese chat.
The cheese. I'm a huge cheese fan. Like the food. I'm lactose intolerant.
Lactose intolerant.
But some cheeses, like provolone and stuff, they're hard enough that they don't have lactose in them.
Yeah. Well, here we go. You ready? Check out Moon Martin. Check out Paul Pina. All right. We're going to start with obnoxious ones. Okay? So nobody be like, what the hell, Sean? And obviously you won't be offended because you're awesome and you're JP. All right. Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
Eric Clapton.
I mean, yeah. We listened to him the other day. When we got to stay off that one. We got a couple comments on the last live stream.
People are like, there were people on the last live stream leaving comments afterwards of that. I'm sorry, like, it's just my opinion, dog. Like,
it was like Eric Clapton was like their dad.
Oh yeah, they were like, yeah, real tough talk coming from a guy with your accolades. I'm like, what the fuck, man? I just have an opinion on his music. They're like, you'd be lucky to touch his strings. I wouldn't want to touch his strings. That seems a little gay. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, we got some other ones coming through. These are some big ones. All right, Tony Iommi.
No.
Okay, Black Sabbath.
Okay.
There you go. I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I'll give reference to
gotcha,
so you're
gotcha.
not just left open.
Yeah.
Tony Iommi, Black Sabbath, right?
All right.
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yes.
Cool. All right. We're gonna save Roy Buchanan. We're gonna come back to that. We went there. Jimmy Page.
No.
Led Zeppelin.
Gotcha.
Okay. Let's go deeper now, since we're going through Jimmy Page and stuff like that. Keith Richards.
No.
No. Rolling Stones.
Okay.
There you go. Jeff Beck. So he played with Jimmy Page. He was in the Yardbirds. Whole thing there. I'll explain that later on. It's kind of funny. And Eric Clapton too. Jeff Beck in there. Slash. Obviously, I feel like Slash is a huge one, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Good.
He's in Guitar Hero 3.
Yes, he's in Guitar Hero 3. Exactly. This is the reference points that we're talking about.
Yeah. See, that's how how much of a degenerate. I know the entire Guitar Hero 3 soundtrack.
So
it's not even a soundtrack. It's just songs.
Yes.
I saw.
We're getting deeper yet. All right. Dimebag Darrell.
No.
Okay, he was in Pantera.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a lot of those. Zach Wilde.
Man, I don't know anyone.
Well, Zach Wilde's like he's an oddball. This is where we're starting to get down into the trenches of the people who are like, they played in a band for a small moment and had huge. And I say a small moment, obviously not speaking specifically of Zach Wilde, but a lot of these guys, they had their moment and then went on to do things that carried. But Zach Wilde played with Ozzy Osbourne, and then, has his own thing, Black Label Society. Peter Green, original Fleetwood Mac player.
Okay.
Now that we're into those guys, who's Rory Buchanan? No, sorry, not Rory Buchanan. I can't remember his name now. Rory Gallagher. That's who I'm thinking of.
No.
No clue?
No.
Yeah, it's okay. Irish guitar player. Real famous guy.
Okay.
Not really famous, but really cool guy. He's one of my favorites. Rory Gallagher, that's right. Jerry Reed, Danny Gatton. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and drop in the big one. You ready?
Yeah.
Joe Bonamassa.
I've heard you guys talk about him.
Okay. Does he seem like a mysterious figure to you because of how we've talked about him?
Yeah.
Yeah, elusive kind of guy. He is like the king of blues lawyers. Do you know what a blues lawyer is?
No.
Okay. Corey Wrong. Okay. Blues lawyers it's a derogatory term that's been put out into the universe for people who are lawyers, doctors, dentists, whoever, and they collect a bunch of guitars, but they can't really play. Joe Bonamassa is the secret weapon because he is a great player, but he's definitely blues lawyer energy.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I think the best method to being a blues lawyer, though, is to just lean into it. Don't run from it. Lean into it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the whole side of this thing. Anybody here, if you feel like Kyle McCann, this is getting embarrassing, just stop asking him.
Just dude,
There aren't any. Well, I mean, it's not like there aren't any, but it should bring us back down to earth a little bit. Okay?
I'm not as all connected. And I will say my upbringing was very devoid of music.
Whoa. See, I'm the opposite. There was like constantly music around. My dad was also like nuts. Like my dad would be like, we're listening to NWA, then we're listening to Katy Perry, then we're listening to Metallica, then we're listening to what else? He liked some like off the wall shit. And not like it was off the wall like all those are huge names, but it would just be lots of turns and twists and stuff like that, and yeah, he would get down.
Yeah, I
Still
listen
gets
to a
down.
lot of like, what I'm blanking, Christian contemporary.
CCM?
Yeah.
The CCM world. I want you to save him.
Casting Crowns.
Any Casting Crowns fans out there?
I don't listen to them anymore, but listen to a lot of Casting Crowns.
Albert King, B.B. King, Freddie King. All right. Yeah, so Chad B., I'm a blues lawyer. I think it's cool. I think lean into it. You know, I don't think you're a blues lawyer either, because you did like a really cool job. Not that being a lawyer isn't cool. Yeah. Saw them last year. They were
DC
great.
Talk.
DC Talk.
See, now we're speaking
It's getting deep, baby.
Family Force 5,
Anybody?
Switchfoot, Reliant
Switchfoot.
K. That's kind of leaning more away from CCM because they were like,
Yeah.
they were trying to break that.
So
They were trying to be like, we're a real band.
now that we're getting a little bit of a view of your musical landscape,
Yeah.
what for you is a perfect 10 album that you're like, damn, like, and you give two, right? One that is
Two.
the obscure, weird one that you're like, you know, it's a perfect 10 for you,
Yeah.
and then the one that you're like, okay, this is a bit of a bigger thing that I know would probably resonate.
This is tough.
It is a tough question. I can give mine in the meantime.
Give yours in the I gotta pull up my Spotify because I always I will be forgetting albums.
If Sean Brooks was in the chat, he'd love this. But I'll give you my obscure one.
Go for it.
It's probably Science Fiction by Brand New. That record did a lot for me. It changed a lot for me. It was a moment, and it kind of impacted me hard. That's my obscure one. Then my more well-known one, I would say, probably be. I mean, there are a lot, but I'm trying to like pick wisely. Like maybe Bob Dylan's "Bringing It All Back Home." That's up there for me. Television's "Marquee Moon" because Baxter, but I feel like that's more in the obscure category. Obscure.
I feel like a lot of my stuff's just in the obscure category. I'm trying to think of like something that's like everyone like.
Led Zeppelin 4. Led Zeppelin 4 is a big hitter for me. That's
Let's
a
see.
great
I'll
record. Nirvana's Nevermind. In Utero was a perfect album. I agree with that.
for my most popular one, it's still not even a lot of people may hear, but the Tour's History by Two Door Cinema Club.
Oh, yeah. That is a more modern take, but I do agree with that completely.
That is like a.
I think the impact that it's had.
That is still today within like indie rock is like
Yeah.
massive.
Yeah. I can agree with that.
That was
Like
such
an
a
impact.
such a good album.
Yeah, man. What, somebody asked in here, taking Sean's lead, JP must declare that either Neil Peart or Dave Grohl is overrated. Who's more overrated, Dave Grohl or Neil Peart as drummers?
I'm a bigger Dave Grohl fan, so
Dude, Dave Grohl kicks.
he does.
Yeah. So Neil Peart, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck Neil Peart. Bang! Obscure Fables of the Reconstruction by R.E.M. R.E.M. has a lot of great records that I would say would be pretty close. Mary McChee says Dave Grohl is overrated. If you go and put on Uno right now, it sounds up to date like it was recorded last week. Crazy. I agree. Nevermind has more of a dated sound to it in a weird way, and I think it's because of just the recording style, to where Inunero has this like raw kind of pumping thing. It's really good. The Wall by Pink Floyd, Aerosmith's Get Your Wings. We're also, I think it'd be cool if whenever we go next door, we'll listen to a bunch of this stuff.
Yeah, no, I definitely
out.
like, as I said, it is always something that, like, there's a lot of, like, albums everyone's like, why haven't you listened to this? And I was like, I just never did.
Yeah. So have you heard Led Zeppelin 4?
The album?
Yeah.
No. I've heard a couple Led Zeppelin songs.
Oh, yeah, Stairway to Heaven's on there. It's like the big hitter, right?
Yeah.
Have you heard this guy, Hudson Freeman?
Oh, my God.
I know, I got the same alert. It's kind of weird. The world's ending. I don't know.
This guy was in Halloween clothes.
Halloween clothes.
It's got an Amber Alert for someone wearing just strictly Halloween clothes.
It's crazy. Craziness.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely didn't not listen to music, but
Yeah.
like, I just like, it was a lot of,
Yeah.
I would say it falls into a lot of like the smaller alternative sphere is
Yeah.
what I kind of like.
I was very much the same, but my grandma pushed me into a lot of the classics and stuff. And
Yeah.
my grandfather too. I just heard. So I had my dad showing me basically the whole world of music, because it
Yeah.
went from country to rap to metal to rock to pop. You know, it was very differential. And then my mom was very much so into Radiohead, Nine Inch Nails, stuff like that. So I got that stuff from there. But my grandma would, she was actually like a real Santana fan, like a huge Santana fan.
Nice.
For me, thinking back, like, and I did this the other day, I've been listening to this book, and it said in there, remember the very first time that you touched an instrument, remember the very first time that you heard a song, and you were like, whoa. And I completely kind of forgot this, but in middle school, I had one of those like little cheap iPods. It wasn't even an iPod. It was like a makeshift thing of an iPod.
What was the Zoomies?
Yeah, it wasn't even that, dude. It was like, we were talking way down. So I listened to this. I would listen to Stairway to Heaven all the time, Dream On all the time, and American Pie. Not American Pie. It's got another title. I can't remember. But it was a bunch of stuff like that. And then this thing had this weird function where you could listen to the radio on it, but you could record bits in like real time. So
That's
I
cool.
would record songs and go back and listen to them if I had heard them on the radio and I liked them a lot. And I would love to find that and be able to go through and just see, because I can't remember all of the different songs that I recorded in the moment. But I was like probably 11, and that was like, doing that, and it was like this big. It had this little screen on it.
That's cool that you could do that.
It was pretty cool. I was like, that's some neat functionality that now I feel like is illegal as hell.
No, you can still, because the OP1,
Yeah.
they have that functionality. But it's you can cut it up and sample.
Nice.
At least I'm pretty sure the last time I saw an OP1 video, they were like, yeah, we're going to listen live to the radio, and then you record a sample, then you can cut it.
That's dope as hell.
I think it's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I'd dig the hell out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are pretty cool. That was a majority of that Bon Iver album is the OP1.
I didn't know that.
What am I it's
The latest one?
no.
Oh,
like the biggest new one
Oh, you're talking about...
with like 22 million.
Oh,
Really? Yeah, a lot of that is he did a lot of that. Either the foundation or the final song was on the OP1.
Dude, I've been looking at those for a while, but I haven't like deep dived.
You can do it. It's basically just a DAW that you can bring with you.
I like what I'm hearing.
Yeah, it's cool. It's
That'd be
expensive
cool as
though.
shit. Oh yeah, no, it's like $2,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's like held me back. I'm like, fuck. I was like,
Yeah,
it's big. I'm like,
but you can do so much with it. But yeah, a lot of that album was on that.
Now you got me tempted, dude. was gonna buy a guitar, and now I'm like, shit.
I'm gonna buy a little wee woo
That's
machine.
right. And I'm gonna be like, do 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 do. Inunero is mind blowing. iPods came after most of the other MP3 players. I remember I had a Nike one with a whole 32 megabytes of space.
I don't even remember. The one I had was like, it was cool because the end of it was a USB stick, so you just take it off and just stick it in the computer, then...
I remember seeing kids with a shit ton of those.
Yeah.
Like, that was like the ticket. You
I
could
was
just
like-
upload whatever onto it.
Which was cool.
That is cool.
Man, the times.
The times, man. I mean, as we talk about Inunero and stuff like that, it kind of brings to mind. There's this guy on there. Oh, hang on. Hit the brakes. Sean, you should check out the band New Model Army. I've been listening to them since the early 90s. Amazing folk rock band. We're going to have to check that out today.
Down with some folk
New
rock.
Model Army. I'm locking it in the brain trap, dude.
Anyone else had a mini disc? I did. I had a mini disc, and the one album that I constantly played on there was the Skillet Comatose.
Monster, dude.
Dude, I'm telling you, back to the whole Christian contemporary. Huge. I was a huge Skillet fan. That was probably like my introduction to like anything slightly heavy.
Yeah.
Because they're like new metal, I would say ish.
Oh, yeah. You know Father John Misty?
Yeah.
Do you know how he got into music?
No.
He grew up in a hyper-Christian environment.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? It's a little sidebar, too, to this story. Derek's best friend's older brother, this is like getting deep.
Yeah.
They all went to the same college. Derek, his best friend, and his best friend's older brother. His best friend's older brother's roommate was Josh Tillman, Father John Misty.
That's crazy.
And he said that he was a dick. I was like, oh, that sucks. I was like, because I'm a huge fan. I was like, oh, whatever. But anyways, he went through all that. The only way that he got into music, he thinks, is because he was able to listen. Bob Dylan had these 3 records that came out in the late 70s into the 80s. And they were all his, like, born-again Christian records.
Yeah.
There's one called Slow Train Coming.
Yeah.
He was able to get that album because it was a Christian record.
Yeah.
And he listened to the hell out of it, is what he said. Changed his whole world.
Yeah, no, I remember having to, like, back in the day, like, the iTunes preview function, I had to, like, play that for my parents, and they'd be like, no, you can't get this, or, yeah, you can get this.
I remember in that little thing that I had, the thing where I could record shit, my dad found out that I had that Disturbed song on there, where it's like, he's like getting beat in the background, and he's like, don't do it again. He's like getting beat and shit. My dad heard that song. I think that's Down with the Sickness, right? Anyways, he heard that, and he just deleted it. He was like, nah. But everything else was fine. I mean, we listened to all kinds of other shit. Musicianship, hot take, musicianship has gotten better as the music has gotten worse. Shitty musicians used to make the best music. I was thinking about this recently, and I've started to do this. This is something to maybe test yourself with. I was doing it last night. Ned, you
Jonathan,
bastard.
I've gotten...
He's really let it go.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this last night. 50 years ago, how would you learn how to play music? How would you learn how to play guitar? There was no admiration for being a musician in the way that I think there has slowly become like this trend of parents being like, no, I want you to play an instrument. It'll be so cool. And then you'll go perform and you'll be on stage. We'll get you cool clothes, all this shit, right?
Yeah.
That was not a thing 50, 60 years ago. It was like, what the hell are you doing with your life? You're a loser,
Yeah.
So the only way that you might learn how to play music is to use your ear. Learn by that. You might go buy a book. If you're learning classical or jazz or something like that, you're better options there to learn. But learning rock and roll was not the way. You had to basically invent yourself. And people would come into these situations having done things in different ways. So if you sit back and kind of consider that, I think that is more so what has changed, is people don't use their ear to learn and go about things. It's very much so what's going to impress people. And I feel like I've fallen into that trap and only recently, what I was going to say, what you should all try, I think, I've started to detune and retune my guitar, not only by ear, but tune it into odd matchings and pairings across all 6 strings based on what sounds good together, and not necessarily worrying about exactly what the notes are, but strumming it open and waiting until I find something that feels whole.
Yeah.
And I was doing that some last night, and I kind of ran across some just interesting things where I stopped worrying about, oh, well, is this the 1 chord going to the 4 and the 5 chord, or whatever combination of that, and really just listening to, does this sound good, and not only does it sound good, but does it sound inspiring enough to keep playing it?
Yeah.
So kind of like building your own cue of that, and then listening to those notes, kind of feeling the inspiration of the instrument and the music and the sound. So, something to give a try to. I think that is maybe the bigger difference that we've seen. Everybody wants to be perfect.
Yeah.
Like they want to show you, look, I can play this Van Halen solo perfectly. I don't want to play a Van Halen solo perfectly. I want to do me perfectly. And I think more people should maybe lean into that.
Yeah. Oh, I try not to subscribe to the thought that music's gotten worse.
I don't think it's gotten worse.
And I think musicians over time have gotten better. Like we've had, yeah. I think the key point is that music has gotten a lot more accessible.
Yes, it went from being this like really good sized pond, that was a very contained pond, to now we have this ocean.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and
there's a lot of shit in the ocean.
Yeah,
dude.
with more, not everyone who's jumping in is like insanely good. Yeah,
and I think with what you're saying too is like you get so many people who sound exactly the same.
Yeah,
like there's 50, 60, 70, 80, hundreds of thousands of bands now that all sound like, a version of the 1975 or a version of, whatever, like a version of Nickelback, like any of those genres. And, we can sit here and say it's like specific to one or another. It's not. Like, you can go and find a scene for anything.
Yeah.
How many bands, I can't tell you how many bands that I've opened up for that were on some kind of weird tour that is like, they were doing 80s hair metal, like Guns N' Roses style rock. And everybody's like, oh, nobody makes music like that. No, there's a ton of bands that do it. I don't think it sounds very good because it's like I think that's been experienced, like that is, we've gone to the depths of that, and there are some good ones out there, but there's a lot of shit,
Yeah.
So it's kind of like understanding it, and otherwise you get a bunch of Greta Van Fleets. Sorry to any Greta Van Fleet fans out there, but like I already had Led Zeppelin. I don't,
Yeah.
I'd like to see that band evolve, So hopefully that helps.
I remember we went to go see Pup. Pup?
Yeah.
The punk band. They had like a hair metal band open for them. It was actually kind of crazy. It was really cool.
It's nuts.
It was I think Sheer Mag.
Yeah.
You know Sheer Mag?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. They opened for him, and it was crazy. And then prior to them, it was just another punk band. But it was just very funny.
I think it's cool though.
I was getting down to it. I'm always down for multi-genre shows.
Well, Pseudo Cowboys, right?
The names. Why am I?
I don't know if you might have been out by the time that we played with them. I don't think
That's
so.
how I
though.
know them.
I was gonna say
I've seen them on flyers. I didn't see them.
Yes, they. If you've ever heard The Darkness or anything like that, very much in that vein. But they're really good. I mean, they're a tight band. They're all great musicians. They love bands like the Beatles. Their songwriting kind of mimics the Beatles mixed with like The Darkness in a way. So it's like very big. It's cool. They go over the top. But check out those bands.
How does a drummer remember inspirational thoughts? Like, just inspiration for getting through my day, or music inspiration? I'm assuming music inspiration.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'm pretty good at remembering when it comes. I have a horrible memory, but whenever it comes to like stuff that like strikes me, like oh, that's really cool, or like why didn't I try that? I will always, and it's usually like a part of a song that I can just go back and listen to. Like there's a lot of like a drummer that I really like, Craig Reynolds. He plays from Stray to the Path, which is like a hardcore band, but he does not play hardcore drums. It's very funky. And one of the I think the most recent thing I came across was like he did like this version of a paradiddle that consists of like the ride and the snare, but it's also like really cool and really fast. And I was like, damn, that's really cool. So I would just go back and listen to that part. But
Yeah. But see, that's, I think, is you, and in a weird way, I feel like drummers have maybe stayed the most pure through this because guitar has become so accessible. It's like, when was the last time you picked up there's a lot of Van Halen comments in here. There's a handful of things we're gonna come around to and talk about. But they're like, when was the last time you picked up an instrument that you didn't know how to play and you didn't worry about playing it in the most precise way? Like you actually went and experienced what the instrument is and like all the dynamic ranges of it, playing through things, listening to things. This is more about like creating less than anything else. And that's where I want to loop back into the Van Halen stuff, is that I think a lot of times people take stuff like that and they're like, well, that's just your opinion, and you're right, it is. If you want to learn a Van Halen solo, go do that. Seriously. Like, if that's what brings you joy, that's amazing. You should go and run down that path and do it. There's a ton of YouTube videos. There's a ton of tab sheets. There's a ton of, slowing it down, recordings of it that you can pick apart the whole thing and learn it note for note, bit for bit, bend for bend, exactly how he does it. I feel like with drums, there maybe is that same thing out there, but it is not as prevalent as the guitar community has made guitar stuff. So
that's fair. I mean, I think that's also just due to the fact that there being way more guitar players than drummers, so there's more resources. But I mean, also, I don't know, this kind of circles back to the remembering drum parts is a little more simpler than remember, because no notes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for the majority of your playing career, you've been in two bands.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole experience of it,
Yeah.
And whenever you're in the Violet Exploit and in Weymouth at the same time, those are two very different bands.
Yeah.
Too. So, but I mean, I think it's the same as remembering guitar parts. Like, if you go into it with I think you can build a mountain out of a molehill if you want to.
No.
If you just do it and you're doing it, you're fine.
Yeah.
That's right.
Drums and piano the last few months have made me such a better guitar player. I actually started, that was the only thing I've been received lessons in, is piano. And it's a very good bass. I mean, also it's a good, if you want to play piano and keys, but like bass for learning other instruments, I'd say, theory-wise, if you get into the theory side of things. And then drums is just, I think learning drums helps with any instrument because...
Straight up, dude.
Yeah.
When I started playing drums, my rhythm, like, it was like a snap thing. Like, it was like, oh, because you learn to trust your body and your motion, but also you understand that you lock yourself into that groove, at least that's how it went for me. I started sitting down in the drum kit, and that changed a lot of things for me.
Let's try the steel tongue drum. Isn't that the... Ding dong dong. Is that what I'm thinking of?
I think so.
Isn't that what that is? Small engine mechanic.
I like it.
Playing drums I think helps with any instrument, and I always recommend people play drums. I mean, just due to the fact that
dude.
I think I just got a message last night to play drums for another band.
Yes, I think there should be more drummers. Drums are fun.
They are.
Anytime I sit at a drum kit, there's parts of me that are like, I'd love to play in a shitty punk band and just like rip.
Yeah.
45-minute sets and just beat the hell out of it. I mean, hell, I think it's fun. There's a whole nother. I can pick.
Drums
a
are
solo
absurdly
still.
fun to play. I agree. I 100% agree with that. I tried a lot of other instruments, and that was the one I had the most fun with.
Yeah, drum with notes.
Yes, drum with notes. Yeah. My mom wanted one of those for a long time because they're all tuned to a key.
Yeah.
So like no matter what you hit, it's not gonna sound like terrible. So I was tempted to get her one.
Yeah. I don't know. I get inspired by playing other instruments. Like if I ever feel burned out on guitar, and I'm kind of there right now, I'll go and sit at a piano. I'll play a synth. I'll go play drums. I'll take a new pedal and try and make my guitar not sound like a guitar, and that always like inspires the hell out of me to do. I learned cello at one point just because I was like,
That's cool.
yeah, I just that's you. I think you get that. You do a lot of different things. You're not just drums.
Yeah. No.
Which is neat. But I love the fact that you don't really venture into guitar. So.
I've tried violin. I feel like violin and cello, like those just seem so much harder. Those.
Oh yeah.
I want to learn saxophone, to be honest with you.
Dude, saxophone's dope.
I want to learn.
Yeah.
I want to learn.
We had a lady come in the other day who was talking to me and Baxter, and she said, she asked if we had any violins. And we were like, no. And she said, well, I tried playing guitar, and it was just too hard, so I want to learn violin. And we were like, that's harder.
Yeah.
Like, that is the wrong direction. How on earth do you have an ear for tuning your drums?
What do you like? I don't know. It is, to me, the most important part when it comes to tuning your drums is making sure the drum is in tune with itself. So hitting each part of the lug and making sure it's the right pitch. You can get a drum dial to make sure it's like the tension's even across, and then you just go from there. If you want a higher sound, tune it higher. If you want a lower sound, tune lower. I like to keep my top heads pretty dead and then tune up my bottom heads just a little bit tighter so that there's a kind of sound, but not too much,
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
That is, yeah. I mean, I've always, just from a recording standpoint, and not being a drummer, not knowing precisely how to tune drums, I know that you want to get even balance on the top and bottom heads,
that's like the most
obviously.
important part. Then everything there is just personal preference.
I was going to say, I just go off of, like, I just keep hitting it, and I'm like, do I like this sound?
Yeah.
Well, I like this sound with everything else, and I kind of hit everything else and just keep rotating that until I find a happy medium.
Yeah. Because as long as, like, that's the only technical answer for that. It's like you need to have the drum in tune with itself. And then from there, it's whatever you want.
Yeah. There's no
in my
rules.
opinion. I mean, some people are very, like, anal about it, and, like, there's a thing called, I think, a tune bot, where it actually gets the frequency, and then they'll tune them to notes. So, like, some people like to have, like, their rack tom and floor tom, like, a perfect third or something. Yeah. You can do that. I do recommend that if you're in a studio setting and have the means to do so, but in a live setting, I just kind of let it rip.
Yeah. Well, I think a big issue that people run into with that, at least in my opinion on the logic of thinking, and I think you should do that if you're in a studio setting.
Yeah.
But I talked to a guy one time who had tuned his room, and the drum kit was tuned to the same key as the room, right? Well, the first thing that went through my mind is like, well, if it's all tuned to C, what do you do whenever my song's in C sharp? It's like, will it all sound dissonant and shitty in here?
Yeah.
Like, that to me, and it's like, then comes in the thing where does that guy go, and I've heard people do shit like this, it's insane to me. They go, oh, well, you just got to play it in the other key. It's a little weird.
It's a little weird.
I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
So, that's that, though. Solid tips, JP. People love it.
Got a tuner for my piano that actually, yeah, I mean, it's just a vibration frequency thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they do sell something, I believe it's called the Tune Bot, and then, as I said, that's to pick up the frequencies, and then...
Do you prefer A440 or 432?
For drums,
Yeah.
the frequency.
You know what that is?
No.
So there's this whole cult out there. Glad Ned brought this up. There's a cult of 432. So everything standard tuning, all right, there's a word for it, is 440.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
true, like.
Okay, that's what I
tuning,
thought that
right?
was. Yeah.
And then you can drop it down, and as we were talking about Van Halen, I believe he dropped his down
The
to.
tonal center, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
He dropped it to 425. Mac DeMarco is famous for tuning down about a quarter a step, same way.
Yeah.
So whenever you go to play with the songs and they're on your phone or whatever, it all sounds like shit because you're like, wait a second, I can't do this. So I find that 432 resonates better with the frequencies of the universe when I bring my djembe to the drum circle.
Do you guys have a drink? I wish. Holy shit.
We should.
We should.
Liquid Death. I only drink the Monster Rehabs. I don't like any of the other monsters, so I don't feel like that's fair. I played with a guy in a band, and his wife is actually the head of marketing at Monster, so maybe I'll just hit him up.
I filmed a festival that Monster sponsored. It was really crazy. I drank way too much Monster. They just like had a person there who was just like
We got more connections.
handing out free Monsters.
We got more connections to Monster than we do anything else, JP.
I guess we do. I should reach out to the
Damn.
person that set that up. Yeah, it was crazy. They were like, it was their new flavors, so that was their reasoning. They'd be like, "What do you think of this flavor?" And you'd be like, "I don't care. Just give me a Monster."
Yeah. Thanks. Can I have some of that canned water you got back there? I think what we're going to do, JP, is start a little side journey here, and we'll keep you guys updated on the side. Like, nobody else in the shop's going to know. You and I are just going to work our way. I'll talk to my connections. You talk to your people, and together, we're going to force Monster to give us, like, I want a big gnarly-ass sign. I want us to wear stupid hats and shirts.
Dude, their truck was stupid.
Oh, it's so stupid.
The truck
about this looks stupid.
The truck that pulled up to the festival was like they had a fucking like 14-inch speaker in the back. It was blaring, and then they have like a cooler back there. I was like, this is fucking kind of cool.
I mean, yeah. Well, and it's like the point is, this is stupid, dude. Like, we're reaching the ironic dirtbag era of pop culture, and dude, it's dirty, bro. This makes me want to go.
Oh,
out
I
and
know someone
smash
that works
them.
at Monster. I'm stupid.
Well, we got a handful of people, dude. We're ready.
Because Monster's Coca-Cola, correct?
I think so. Let's see.
Yeah, because they work out of Charlotte.
They usually say shit like that on the
I
thing.
bet you hit it. Let me do a quick Google search.
Do a little quick Google search. Not gonna lie, Monster is a great company to work with, or they were 10 years ago. I tuned to the Layla outro. Gross.
What's the tuning that everyone's like, this is the frequency of the universe?
432.
Okay.
Yeah. You
Thank
dial
you.
it down. The jackass of energy drinks. It really is. I mean, how did Red Bull?
Okay, they aren't,
Get surpassed.
but they own a stake of it.
I like C4. Holy shit, dude. Any of those ones that get like gnarly, I'm like, no way. Like, we were talking about the rain. What's the other one?
I do like some of the rain.
I know you do. You're insane. 300 milligrams.
That's the max legal amount you're allowed to put in a drink.
Oh, fucking hell, dude.
I'll
Have you
drink.
guys ever heard of Future Islands? Yes. He does the dances. He's like,
It's 4 Loco count. Hell yeah.
you know who else is from North Carolina that I like right now? That MJ Linderman guy. He's pretty cool. Bang is so good.
God, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the Bang I drank. I drank a Bang and you're about like just freaked out. Like
I don't.
I just like my anxiety was just like through. I was like
I've never had one.
checking corners. I
Yeah.
was like I felt like I was like almost psychotic.
The flavors alone seem insane to me. The cocaine drink was fun while it was around. Had to drive to Jersey to get it. Nice. Sean, are you allowed to have an acoustic jam at least one a day? I don't get much jam time. They keep me in my little box.
Yeah, especially this week they're working them to death.
Someone spiked it. Bang, lemon drop tastes so good.
Why is someone?
Well, I think it's me too. I gotta go next door and open up the shop. We're already
Sure.
running late.
Go for it.
You gonna show them a little?
I
little
may
taste?
show you all. I'll sit here and answer questions for like 3 minutes, and then show you guys a little something, and then.
Sean Brooks was like, "Do you guys have any dogs?" Hell yeah, I got 2 dogs, dude.
I had the best dog of my life, and I will never get another dog.
I feel like when Roby dies, that's where I'm gonna be at. I'm like, there's no way I could have another dog after
No,
Roby.
dude. I call me a bitch, but when she died, that fucking ruined me, and I will never have another dog.
Damn. I get.
I loved her to death.
Thanks, Sean, another guy. Thank you guys. All right, I'm gonna peace out of here. JP's gonna show you a little sneak peek of some of the cool stuff we've been working on the computer over there, and I'll see you guys next time.
Yeah.
Thank you for hanging out on this live stream. We're getting our feet under us here. You might see me and JP doing some more stuff here in the near future.
If that's okay with you.
If that's okay with y'all, it's gonna be a little different, obviously, because we're us. But you know, yes, dude, we will rock on. You should get sponsored by a barbershop. Ned? Fuck no, dude. I am the barbershop. Ned, if you come down here, I'll cut your hair on camera.
I went
I'll
through a
do it
phase where
myself.
I just buzzed my own hair. Save some money.
Nice to meet you, JP Morgan Chase.
Hell yeah.
More live streams, please. I think we could do that. Shalom, brother. All right. I gotta go. If not, I'll just sit here all day.
Yeah.
I won't stop.
We have there's people. There's a whole line outside the door.
They're like, please, please.
I'll put that in the case for you. Perfect.
All right.
Turn in your badge, you're done.
You're done.
You're done. I'm gonna put this in the case. I'll be right back. All right. The worst thing to ever happen to this channel. There's someone here who knows very little about guitars that is standing here before you. 11-11, make a wish. I drank a bang once, played the best game of League of Legends in my life. Oh my gosh. I am sorry that you play League of Legends. I'm sorry, I played League of Legends for a bit. Turned me into a horrible person. Didn't like who I was. What kind of drumsticks last the longest? I don't even know. I really think it just depends on the batch you get. One time I bought a brand new, like the brick of like 4 sticks or 4 pairs of Vader sticks and went on stage and played a song and a half and it snapped in half. And I was like, I will never buy these again. But I think it was truly just that pack because I've played those sticks before and they lasted a while. I do like those. Vader's used to last me a good bit, but we'll answer questions for a little bit or whatever, and I'll just chat, and then I'll pull up some stuff. We're gonna try to include when I'm back over there, not sitting here when it's Sean and Jonathan, not JP. I want to start including maybe pulling stuff up on the live stream for them and showing you guys stuff. Just trying to make it a little more interactive. So I'm back there kind of running something. But favorite drum head brand. What was I going to say? Favorite drum, oh my gosh. Favorite drum head brand. I honestly haven't explored Evans enough to answer that. I've just always done Remo heads. But I feel like I need to at least give Evans a shot and see what I think. I love, for my toms, the vintage Emperor Clear. I love those. But They're hydraulic. Yeah, I need to give them a shot. We actually were speaking with someone. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. I'll say it. This is a live stream. Who cares? I'm trying to convince Baxter to carry a small amount of sticks and drum heads because the nearest location for me to purchase those and other drummers in the area is a 45-minute drive to Fayetteville or an hour drive to Raleigh. So, maybe. I'm working on it. I'm wearing them down. Maybe we'll get it. So if I wanted to get a set and expand my musical journey, how much should I expect to spend? A lot, unfortunately. I think, honestly, you will probably spend the most on cymbals, and that's kind of what I usually recommend. I wouldn't, like, the kit that I have that I use on the road to play is a Pearl Maple Decade, which I think is $8.99 used. I would probably not spend more than that. It depends. If it's like an at-home kit and you're going to be taking good care of it, you can spend a lot. But I would probably spend $600 to $800 on a kit, and then hardware and cymbals is going to be another big expense, because those get really expensive. So it's just I like to as I was told by someone, you should probably usually budget more for the cymbals, because those matter a little bit more in the money side of things. So do that. So I would expect to get a nice, like, medium good set of cymbals, you're probably gonna be spending, like, for hi-hat. They have a couple, like, cymbal packs. Like the Zildjian A set, I believe, comes with a new beat, top and bottom hi-hat 14-inch, which is my favorite hi-hat cymbal. I love the new beats. And then a 16-inch medium crash A and a 18-inch medium crash A, and then a ride cymbal 21-inch, and I believe that's around $900, and that's a pretty good deal. It may have gone up since I bought it, but have you ever? I have seen that too, and it will make them appear. Sorry, I'll respond to what I'm saying first. Have you ever used a hairdryer to heat up the heads to stretch the skin back to normal? It really works. It does visually work, but I find sonically the sound, it doesn't necessarily bring life back into the head, and I would just buy new heads at that point. But heads, just drums are expensive. Music's expensive, unfortunately. I'll sit here for another minute, and then I'll hop on over to the computer and try to pull some stuff up for y'all if I can figure that out. Hydraulic heads are great for lower volume, but still full, rich, and toned, and great for recording. I use 16 hi-hats, 16-inch hi-hats. That's crazy. I use 14-inch. I would like a pair of 15-inch, but I would also like to see what a pair of 16-inch hi-hats sound like. That's a big hi-hat. I would be interested in seeing what that sounds like. So you're gonna see nothing for a bit. I'm gonna go over here real quick. Give me 1 second, and then you're gonna see the screen, and then we're gonna pull up some of the stuff. So we're still here, we're still live. Do not worry, do not fret, do not cry. I am going to show you all some videos, and then we're gonna go ahead and end the live stream. So I'm gonna all right. Do you see Nosferatu? All right, I think, okay, we are good. So I'm going to pull up some videos here for your viewing pleasure and kind of talk through them. What should we pull up first? We got can't be a drummer, spending thousands on stuff you're supposed to beat up. Exactly, it's crazy. So later today, we're going to have a wonderful video come out. called Sloppy Slide Talk. So I'll give you a quick breakdown while I pull up another video here. Sloppy Slide Talk is Jonathan and Baxter kind of just going over slides, some of Jonathan's slides that he owns, and that'll be it. But to show you all a little bit of something that we got coming up, this is we'll let you guys get a good look. This is coming out Friday. A new series that we're doing. It's called Jonathan's Pick of the Week, where Jonathan picks out a guitar that is still in the shop, that he is surprised that it's still in the shop because he's just such a huge fan of it and surprised that it hasn't found a happy home yet. And it is just a demo of Jonathan playing. But here's the twist. The twist is, let me turn it up a bit. Look who it is. We got Baxter playing bass. I'm there. We'll skip a little more into it. But yeah, this is a new series that we got coming out. We're pretty stoked about it. It's just kind of like a live session kind of dealio, featuring Jonathan's Guitar Pick of the Week. It will be a weekly series. That's crazy. That's how much a good set of cymbals cost. But yeah. Oh, I'm gonna pull this. So yeah, this is a little preview here of what we got going on. I won't play too much of it, but this will drop for members, I think, later today. So if you are a member, you'll be able to see the whole thing. But yeah, very exciting stuff that we got going on. I'm gonna come back to the camera here. Perfect. I'm gonna go ahead, I'll sit here for another 2 minutes, answer questions, and then we're gonna go ahead and just end it. So, again, just to let y'all know, Baxter and Jonathan are gone today, clearly. So Sean and I took over the live stream. Sorry, I know this is probably not on your agenda when you opened up the live stream. We're like, well, who are these bozos? We recognize Sean. Sean's here with Jonathan. But next week will be Jonathan and Sean again. We'll be returning to business as usual. Lots of cool stuff coming out, like Jonathan's Pick of the Week. We're going to try to do more series-based stuff, so stuff that you can kind of rely on to come out on a certain day. So Jonathan's Pick of the Week will be coming out Fridays. I believe that is the day we set. You're a person you have found. Thank you. But yeah, so wanna do more of those, and I think it'll be cool. We got some more ideas cooking up. But yeah, thank you all for joining. Keep an eye out later today for Sloppy Slide Talk featuring Jonathan and Sean. It's a little bit of a longer format video, but it's pretty cool. And it's cool to see him go in depth to Jonathan's little slide collection. And then, no, not later today. I'm so sorry. Thursday. Members will get it today. Thursday, Jonathan and Sean's Sloppy Slide Talk will go up, and then Friday, Jonathan's Pick of the Week. But members will get access to that today. So, thank you all for joining. Stay tuned. In case you did miss it, giveaway winner was announced in the Taylor Guitar Gold Label video. But stay tuned. We will be doing more giveaways. Now I want Sloppy Joe's. you can get Sloppy Joe's or Sloppy Slide Talk. But yeah, so yeah, stay tuned. We're gonna do more giveaways. I think the next one coming up will be a members only giveaway. So members be on lookout for that. We'll kind of post what it is, so people who are non-members can get a chance to look and see and be like, maybe I do become a member just for that, but we'll see. I think it was a pedal of some sorts. Don't quote me on that, but Baxter seems pretty excited about the giveaways and some of the ideas that we got cooking up for ways for you to enter. It'll be fun. All right. Take care. I gotta walk over here and awkwardly end the live stream since I am the only one here in the studio. But thank you everyone for joining. Have a